This episode is rated M for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the speaker and do not necessarily reflect those of the PFC Entertainment Network or any of the affiliates that make this show possible.
This is the Pure Fury Creations Entertainment Network.
This is Creepy Soup on the PFC Entertainment Network.
Hello. Bitch. Welcome back. We are doing another reaction video for Shawn and Jason's list of...
Why you gotta say it with such anger?
Okay, I did not watch any of this prior. Like I did. I watched some the last time we did it and then thought, nope, gotta do the reaction. So
I didn't. I was fully surprised last time.
And I made a list of my own. You can't see, haha. And we'll see if any of mine land on any of yours.
Probably won't.
Probably won't. And first thing we want to say is congratulations, Shawn, for being in remission. Very happy about that. And now to move on to something that has brought me shame.
You should be ashamed of yourselves.
You mentioned Maggie Smith, but did not mention Clash the Titans. Just gonna throw that out there. A little ashamed that you didn't do that. And congratulations on the car. So, on that note, I'm going to hit play, and we are going to get started. Let's see what you guys did. Ah, shit. Hold on. I fucked up.
Her phone's stupid.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we have already listened to some of this.
An overview of what we can expect with year 5. And I will kick this off with my number 5, and you will get a gauge right out of the chute as to what a contrast this is. Now, I am somebody who appreciates all genres of music. I can find something out of every genre that I can get behind. Some more than others, clearly. Like it's just the way I am. But I try. I really do try to, especially the music nowadays. I'm trying to understand it. I'm trying to get behind it. I will tell you, obviously this is more 80s focused, but you're going to see the vast variety of what my fandom was, because number 5...
I'm concerned.
For real.
I'm a little concerned, too.
Bro, the visual of this video is one of those that stands out to this day. I can close my eyes and I can vividly picture the entire thing from start to finish. When I hear the song,
scared.
I can think about it from start to finish. This video came out at the very end of 1989 because it was on the 1990 album. It was one of the first samples, and somehow or another, this video debuted like right at the end of '89. Rhythm Nation by Judi and
Jackson. Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that. It was shot mostly in black and white, if I remember correctly.
All right, that one threw me a little bit. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, I'm not a fan
Janet
of Janet.
was really breaking out in the 80s with her Control album.
Yeah.
Not really separating herself from her brothers in the Jackson 5.
Yeah, I not really.
But no, that's a good one, and
I'm not really a Jackson or Janet Jackson fan either. I mean, as a child that grew up in the 80s,
Yeah.
if Nasty came on, you were cool to jam out to that. That was fine. That's pretty much all I have to say, Jason. I'm a little ashamed. Okay.
Just a little bit.
is directly opposite of everything that I picked out today. So
The choreography in that was spot on.
Yeah, you have to give that.
Right.
Their choreography was
the
always.
choreography in my number 5 was pretty spot on as well. And I'm going with "Here I Go Again" by White Snake.
I can appreciate it.
Yeah.
Is this one of the videos where Tony Katane was on the car?
Oh yeah, she's like in the very opening of the music video. She like does a flip on the hoods of the 2 cars, and whips that hair around and made every
Okay, here's my thought on that video. It's a good video. And I think bringing David Coverdale, well, at the time, fiance, then they married, and then divorced, and she has since passed away, R.I.P. And she was also really good in the movie Witchboard. That was a good movie. But I will never hate on any Whitesnake video
Never.
when Rudy Sarzo licks his guitar.
Hurrah.
Yeah, you can't hate on that. I'm sorry. You cannot hate when that man.
Hurrah.
Okay.
Wow.
12-year-old boy fell instantly in love.
I feel like that may have been one of the videos that was featured the night that the WWF posted Friday night videos. The night before Saturday night's main event in November of '87. Because Bobby Heenan and King Kong Bundy were on one half of the show, and they were promoting his match with Hulk Hogan. And Whitesnake was one of those videos that they played that night. I'll never forget that episode, dude. Never. It was
Grab the
Macho
merch.
Man and Elizabeth in the first half, and then he was wrestling Bret the Hitman Hart on Saturday night's main event 1-on-1, and then it was Hogan and Bundy for the world title, and Bundy and Heenan were in the second half of the show. And Okerlund was hosting the whole thing.
Mean Gene.
So you said that, and I'm like, I still have that shit on VHS.
Do you really?
Why, Jason, am I not
The
surprised?
song's a great song as it is, too.
Absolutely it is. Whitesnake, I appreciated Whitesnake. Like, they were not just a one-hit wonder or a two hit wonder. They were a good damn band.
Yeah,
You know,
they were.
When you stripped it away, man, they were really good. And
Agreed.
I don't think they get the appreciation that they justly deserve in my view. The same can be said for my number 4. And this one is completely out of the box. Sledgehammer. By
Peter Gabriel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, directly opposite of all my picks. Good song. Peter Gabriel. I think he won a few music awards.
You've seen that video, right?
Not just that song, but
Oh, I think so.
a couple others.
I would think you would know it if you saw it.
Probably.
It was a lot of like the stop motion.
I necessarily won't turn off the song.
Very, very artistic. And maybe not artistic, the word I'm looking for, but very creative.
But what
And
drew me, I like the song.
yeah, because there's the one scene where his hands are sledgehammers and he's hitting himself in the head and the leg pops out and he hit the yeah.
Visual effect of it. Like
It's a very
I
visually
appreciate the song, but
pleasing,
what I'm
I
seeing
guess.
and how I'm
video.
receiving what I'm seeing is what makes every one of these videos stand out on my list. When I think of the top 5, these were the top 5 that came to mind immediately without thinking about it or putting too much.
See, I made my list metal because that's what I thought it was. I thought it was metal videos.
You know, but these were the first 5 that popped into my mind because of the visual.
Alright, I feel like I fucked up.
Right, because like when I think metal, I think Ozzy, I think
impact.
Iron Maiden, I'm
Like the
thinking
visual impact with mine.
like Overkill, I'm thinking.
Of course, there's probably going to be commercials because, you know, YouTube. So.
Well, while we're going through there, do you really feel like the tacos are just sandwiches?
Tacos are just sandwiches. They're just folded in half.
Fair. You don't eat them with a fork.
Why?
I don't agree.
No?
No.
Why not? It's like essentially, I mean, the corn tortillas are essentially bread, and it's just been folded over, and you stuff it full of meat.
Man, I want taco salad.
No, I just want fucking tacos now. Thanks.
They're not.
How are they not?
How are they? A sandwich is with a bread type of substance.
Okay.
Corn. Now you can make the argument. I can see the argument for a soft shell taco. I could see the argument for that. I could.
Yeah, no, I want a taco.
But a hard shell.
I know.
Corn hard shell.
This fucking made me
is not
hungry.
the same
Ass.
as bread type of substance.
Sure it is. What happens when you toast bread? It becomes hard, like a taco shell.
I'm not going to waver on this.
No. A hamburger is a sandwich.
See, now that argument, I can get behind. I really can.
I mean,
A
yeah.
hot dog is a sandwich.
No.
Yes, it
He
is.
said no.
I understand why, but I just cannot, my brain will not fundamentally.
Hot dog is just
let me
bologna.
accept
Round
that
bologna.
A hot dog is a sandwich.
A hot dog is a sandwich, but very much the same way a taco is a sandwich.
You're wrong.
Here we go.
Twisted Sister.
All right, mister, what do you think you're doing? You call this a room? This is a pigsty. I want you to straighten up this area now.
That sounds like me.
Are you listening to me? What do you want to do with your life?
Not listen to your ass. That's for sure.
And with that, I'll just leave it. One of the best music videos out there. We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister.
It's a good one. It is a good one.
It is a good one.
We did that song at the talent show in 6th grade. A buddy of mine and I did.
I need to see video of that
Like lip synced it.
immediately.
And so when
Immediately.
I hear that song, I think it back.
Yesterday. I needed
For
it.
sure.
Last week.
You know, it stands out. The Twisted Sister, man, they were, in a lot of aspects, they were ahead of the curve, man. If they came on the scene when they did, and they stood out. Like the Stay Hungry album, the cover of it was creepy as fuck for me for the longest time. But the music was fucking awesome.
And the story with the music video was pretty damn good, too. I mean, standing up to your teachers, standing up to your parents. It was about the rebelliousness of the 80s, you know? I mean,
Yeah, now I feel like my list is all wrong.
Great message, great music video, all around. I think Twisted Sister and Dee Snider, I mean, they're still around, but their light faded dramatically after the 80s.
Yeah, unfortunately, but much to his credit, Dee Snider has still been able to stay relevant. You know, he got
His
in-
movie
he got
Strangeland
into,
is probably one of the best thrillers I have ever seen.
A syndicated radio show that I think is still on the air. That centers around hair bands and things of this
Yep.
nature.
He
And
still
with
has the show.
Sirius XM being the thing now, I've got to believe he's on there in some regard too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know, been able to stay relevant. I've seen him on documentaries. You know, they go to him when they need a voice
Don't.
for the music industry. And Jesus, how
Don't be a
he's
baby.
very intelligent.
Don't be a baby.
Because he
Look at
has
me.
finger on the pulse for a lot of shit, and people don't. I think they
Don't be a baby.
On,
Dude.
in terms of how smart he really is.
You have a tiny head. I thought I had a tiny head, but yours is like fucking like that dude from Beetlejuice.
And you talk about intelligence, you gotta talk about the behind the scenes aspect that put this video together.
Thriller.
It,
Maybe.
it involves one of my crushes as a kid.
Well, I don't think he's got a
And
crush on
would
Michael
combine
Jackson.
Her with an animated cat.
Oh,
Paula
I know
Abdul.
This one.
Paula Abdul, opposites attract.
Yes.
MC Scat Cat, motherfucker.
MC Scat Cat. That's right. No, and then the video, was kind of like a breakthrough as far as music video goes, combining the cartoon elements with real
Yeah,
life.
it was.
Much in the
You
same
probably don't remember that
genre
one because
as,
that wasn't
like,
on the
either
VHS
Green
tape.
Rabbit or even the
I mean,
music
I've
video
heard
itself.
like
Um,
Paula, and I've heard
take on
Janet.
music video.
I've never
It's kind of funny you brought her up because she was a dance.
been a
choreographer
fan of
and
either
actually
one,
choreographed the
unfortunately.
Rhythm Nation video.
Probably gonna hear a lot of shit for that one,
She
but
was
I just
a former Laker girl. That's how she got on the radar. She was the choreographer and a performer for the Laker girls. And for those who are not in the loop, back in the day, the Laker girls
Were the thing.
a big damn.
It was like the Laker girls for basketball and Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders for
Cowboy
football.
cheerleaders.
almost.
Like they were it.
Ugh.
But this was also during the time the Lakers were dominating the NBA. They were It was nothing short of a dynasty. But Paula Abdul not only choreographed Janet Jackson shit with the Control album and Rhythm Nation, she choreographed the dance scene in Coming to America when the girl that Akeem is supposed to marry comes down and there's that big elaborate African
See, I've seen Coming to America, but I don't remember shit about it.
I've seen it.
The dancers in
That's one with Eddie
the
Murphy
TV
and
show,
Arsenio Hall,
she
right?
did all that. She is uber talented.
She's
And
very talented.
Dude, I had the biggest crush on her. The way when she came on the scene, I'm like, oh. Fuck. Her posters up.
See, I
was
picture
thinking,
Paula Abdul
oh,
really,
my
really
God.
short, and Jason, if you ever meet him, is really tall. I mean, let's face it, anyone to me is really tall,
No,
but Jason's really tall.
no, and
Wait,
I
Rachel
can
Paul?
understand why
Close,
a
yeah.
lot of people's
Oh,
opinions
shit.
about her
Close.
get changed. But here's the thing with that kind of thing, Shawn. I don't take it super seriously. You know what I mean? I just look at it for what it is. Simon Cowell, I feel like, is a gimmick. And that, I mean, I'm sure he's kind of a real life asshole because he has that tendency about him. But I feel like what we saw on that show, what we saw with her, what we saw with Randy Jackson, these were all gimmicks, for the lack of a better term. I felt like anything like that, I just don't put a shit ton of stock into it. I question everything. This is well documented, especially with something like that.
Randy Jackson, he is now on the show. What is that show? It was the music. I could name that song in 5 notes. I could name that song in 4
Name that
notes.
tune.
Name that tune?
Name That Tune. Yeah. He's on the new Name That Tune, and he looks absolutely terrifying. He looks like he has lost so much weight. He looks wooden and almost like a ventriloquist dummy. It's the craziest thing. I'm serious.
I haven't really seen him lately, but I can imagine.
Holy
Right.
shit.
No kid.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a while.
It's bad. It's bad. Unlike my next pick, because it tells a story too, and I don't know how familiar you are with the music video, but "Fallen Angel" by Poison is one of those music. I mean, don't get me wrong. Most 80 metal hair band videos, you would see the band on stage. silhouettes in the lights, hair being whipped all over the place,
Yep.
power stance with the guitars, this, that, and the other. And they did it in this music video too. But the story of the girl leaving her small town to move to California and the transition that she makes.
And at the time, Bret Michaels was actually dating Susie Hatton.
It's shockingly realistic, you know. Back then, you just thought it was this cute little country girl turning into the big time city girl. She was hot as hell. But when you sit back as a father and you watch that music video now, it's like, oh shit.
That is a really good video.
It is. I love that video.
And it does tell a story. It is very realistic. I want to say it's like one of the first ones of theirs that actually like told a story
Yeah.
in video form.
And it actually went together. So, because sometimes some music in their videos just don't make any sense.
No, some don't. I think some people were truly on some psychotic drugs when they made some of these videos. But that one went along with it. Stop petting me. Fuck. Okay.
You just need like a little remote.
I know.
So, yeah,
that'd be great.
If I wasn't basing mine strictly on hair bands and metal, that would probably be my number one. But because I'm going this route, this is my number one music video.
Did I skip some? Because I feel like I must have.
Oops.
Yeah, I feel like... I'm sorry, guys. I skipped a whole lot. Now I just gotta find where I was.
Right there.
Okay.
Straits, yeah. That music video was awesome.
This music. And this band that did this had a couple of bigger songs, but this was their claim to fame.
Asshole.
And to this day, you see a clip of this music video. It's been parodied time and time again, and that's when you know you've made a piece of iconic history. Money for Nothing by Dire Straits.
Okay.
Straits, yeah. That music video was all CGI in the beginning stages. I remember Weird Al Yankovic parodying it as the Beverly
Do you remember that one at
Hillbillies.
all? Money for Nothing by Dire Straits.
Yeah, great music.
Looked like a lot of
By the way, I
computer.
got tickets for him
It was
next year.
it was a huge like number one on the year-end countdown kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was a pretty popular video. I personally fucking hate that song. I hate it.
I didn't care for it either, but I know, yeah.
I fucking hate it. I hate it.
Beautiful.
Thanks. Classy.
Stay classy, my friends.
It's coming to Pine Knob in July with Puddle's Pity Party.
Dad, never mind.
I don't know.
So yeah, my boy Box up. Hopefully picked up the tickets. If not, I'm going to be sitting on the hill for it.
But that is a good video.
Listen,
I just don't like the
there's
song.
not a bad seat if you had a Pine Knob. Just depends on what kind of mood you're going for.
Right. Well, if you're up on Stoner Hill, that's one thing. But when you're middle-aged, fat, and easily can slide if someone pushes you, the hill isn't necessarily your spot. You ready for my number two? Iconic album, iconic music video. Song was played to death, but I still love it. Quiet Riot's Mental Health.
We spent a little bit of time with the hair band's countdown talking about Quiet Riot. and whether or not they were really a hair band. The argument can be made, for, pro and con for this. Great choice, and it really fits with your theme here. And it would almost be insulting if you didn't include something with Quiet Riot. Like these guys, we've talked about them. They are pioneers in a lot of ways. Because their shit stands.
I like Quiet Riot.
Yeah.
Aged with time. It's not one of these
Mental
things you go
Health,
back and you cringe when
or
you hear
Mental
them.
Health is one of my favorite songs by them.
Comparing the Bee Gees with Quiet Riot, but just
when you hear the opening riffs to Mental Health, bum, 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 you know exactly what you're gonna get.
Yup.
And just him sitting in the padded cell, in that mask, in the straitjacket, in the beginning of that music video.
Yeah, when I was younger, that did creep me out a little bit.
An image that's just burned in your head forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And that's, that's one of the things that made music videos so cool. You got, in that 3-minute block of time, that artist was able to bring you into their world, their video, for that block of time and get you so emotionally invested in what you were hearing as well as what you were seeing.
Yeah.
And that is what is one of the key things that was really missing with music here today. Because we asked this, a couple weeks ago, do they even still make music videos? Where is the
I don't think they do.
Sons of bitches are being released.
What?
Make music videos anymore.
YouTube. Well, great. But
Not real ones, just TikToks.
Used to be,
No.
you could go on MTV,
Well, at work,
you
we
just have to wait
will
for
always
the
have the
rotation
country
before the one
CMT
they wanted
on.
to see
They
was
have,
on. And if you were
yeah.
lucky, you got a block of them where you didn't mind what the next 5 or 6 songs. A lot of that was because of the music video that we were watching in addition to listening to the music.
Yep.
Bro, we don't have that anymore. And if we do, it doesn't have that same connection that it used to, in my view.
Well, yeah, I mean, you come home from school, and if you weren't turning on wrestling, Transformers, G.I. Joe, He-Man, or any of that stuff, you just flip on the music videos.
Yep,
It
my
was
day,
like I was talking with
MTV
Jill
always went on.
yesterday. She was lucky. She got to videotape the music videos. Her parents let her use the VCR. My dad didn't let us use the VCR for anything.
I wonder if we
you
still
did
have
better
it
believe I was
somewhere.
sitting there
I don't think so.
on the
I don't
floor,
think I
nice
have
house
it.
TV with
It was
my tape
lost in one of the moves
waiting
or
for an
something.
opening riff or two of my
I still
favorite
remember what it
songs,
looked
so I
like.
could
It was
pirate
just a
that
regular
son of a
tape,
bitch
and it
listen to
said
whatever I wanted.
videos.
I believe it was Kodak, a Kodak tape.
Yep,
It would be
and it's,
cool if
you
still
had
those
the
tapes
word
so you could hear
videos
the
stickered on it.
Mm-hmm.
original,
Yep.
Yeah.
That was on the on the side.
Yep.
Really
Yep.
time capsule.
I pay attention.
That moment on the air, that would be cool. That would have been cool.
And it was that conversation that made me think we were talking
Before you go into your number one,
heavy
did you come
metal.
up with any honorable mentions?
A lot of my honorable mentions were more in the 90s.
Okay.
Because that's when I had a steady access to MTV. We didn't get cable until 1990, I believe it was, 1989, 1990. And so I was real late to the party.
That's why you're a Paula Abdul fan, because in the 90s, that's all they played.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
Yeah.
They were such a huge part of that.
That makes
TV
sense.
Rotation. Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Obviously, obviously that one had my attention because of Captain Lou Albano being in it.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. I heard it just the other day.
Madonna, like a Virgin.
Yeah. And that Material Girl, they played the hell out of those two songs.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me a lot. Winger comes to mind too. Easy come, easy go.
Yes. Oh, I need a towel.
1990,
Shit.
But that fucking video, dude, like, it annoyed the shit. It was one of those live concert videos because every band, one of their songs was a live concert video where they just filmed footage of them on stage and they just spliced it all together.
Mm-hmm.
I called, back then, I'm like, that's lazy booking. That's a lazy video. You know what I mean? There was no thought put behind it.
Right.
But there's so many of them like that. But November Rain.
Very good video.
Roses. God damn, you want to talk about a story? That one and Meatloaf. I won't do. I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Right.
Bro,
Yeah.
the stories that they're
Yeah.
telling
I
in these cinematic
love that video.
Yeah.
In fact, that song is still on my Spotify playlist.
in my view.
I love that song.
Well, my honorable mentions would be Faith No More Epic.
Good one.
Remember the Fish.
Flopping.
At the end, just flopping around. This one's more 90s. It would be Tool, Sober.
Yes. Yes.
They use all that stop motion.
Love
animation
Tool.
drills. We'll go back to the 80s real quick. Rat, Love and Use a Dirty Job.
Yeah.
That was a great one, along with Round and Round. Dockin', Dream Warriors, which was the theme song for Nightmare on Elm Street. What was it, 3? I think it was. And then, finally, my last honorable mention. I'm gonna put it out there so I don't get beat up by the J twins there. Cinderella, Gypsy Road. But that's a great music video. So yeah,
You'd only get beat up by her.
So all right, Jason.
I love Cinderella, but not as much as
You're
her.
number one in here.
And this should be no surprise if anybody pays attention to me or knows me on any level. That's it. The one that set the bar, man. Thriller. Michael Jackson.
Full on epic.
I am not gonna lie. When that video came out,
Really.
I was scared of it.
Yeah.
The path, so to speak.
It-
for these
Watching
That-
it when we were little, seeing it. Yeah.
That video was good on
when
every
they had the
level.
debut of it, man, that was just a big deal.
And even like if you just hear the song on the radio, you can still see what was going on. And you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
video plays in your head
Yeah.
while you're listening to the song.
Michael Jackson tagged in John Landis. That's when you
And
knew
that-
shit was about to get real.
Right.
Because it was
Yeah,
such a
that I
serious
feel would
approach.
definitely be like the number one video of all genres in the 80s.
Yeah.
Hands down, no question.
I know we talked a lot about, in previous episodes with the Blues Brothers and, trading places and things of this nature, but this motherfucker is one
Well,
of the most
your
polarizing
list can be a lot wider now, knowing that
And,
it's
I mean, to
80s
this day,
music videos.
Yeah.
He's something special, you know what I mean? But he's also low-key crazy.
Right.
But the cinematic, advances that went into making
Yeah, he
this
couldn't have picked a better director for that video.
all the props,
Yeah.
all the special effects.
If you watch the video, you can
Makeup art.
truly believe that the female lead in the video was actually scared. And yeah, that for a long time made me look at Michael Jackson really different. 'Cause, like the way it was awesome. Like the way he turned and yeah,
Yeah, the dance.
the dance.
too.
I mean, you can't find like a more iconic dance scene
Exactly.
than, and like I've seen like videos on Facebook and TikTok and stuff where people are recreating that dance scene.
Yeah.
That's
Probably the best video ever made.
Yeah.
is to turn Michael Jackson from human to werewolf to human to zombie, and it's just insane the amount of effort and work that went into that music video. And to
So
this
very
day,
good choice on that one, Jason. I can't. There's no way I can shit on that one.
Nope, no way.
of it and watch it if it comes across my radar, especially this time of year.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with the addition of Vincent Price, making his cameo in there. Just, you knew it was going to be something
Because he was
special
like
the minute
the
you
king
heard him talk.
of horror movies. He was in all of them.
If I wasn't basing mine strictly on hair bands and metal, that would probably be my number one. But because I'm going this route, this is my number one music video.
We did hear this a little bit ago.
Yeah. I love it. It's my number one too.
Now, if you haven't seen The Looks That Kill, she has The Looks That Kill music video.
It's a good video. It's a very good video. It reminds me of like almost like an apocalyptic type
From the girls
prisoner.
from the caverns and the skimpy outfits to the guys with the torches dressed up like barbarians. You gotta love that music video.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anything that, Nikki Sixx puts his fingers on.
You can put them on me.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say you can put them.
Around.
Right.
I don't care. That man's gotta be what, like 60 something?
Fuck.
He still.
Squeal and the girl's doing one of these things like she's in a horror movie. It just cracks me up.
Yep.
Well, I think you pretty much put the perfect example as to what an 80s, especially 80s rock video is supposed to be, or what the stereotypical video would look like, would sound like. You gotta go, if it's not Poison, it's gotta be Molly.
Yes.
For sure. In terms of overall production and, more of
All right.
broader, because it was a star stuff. John Landis.
No. Why does it keep rewinding to shit? I don't know.
Nikki Sixx puts his fingers on and then he turns to gold. It's like she's in a horror.
What the stereotypical
He can put his fingers on me
video
or
would look
Hands.
other
like,
things.
you gotta go.
It's fine.
if it's
You
not
asked for
Poison,
that
It's
one.
fine.
Sean, you asked for that one. I'm sorry. You just
in
just
terms
asked for that.
of
Yeah.
Overall production and more of a broader pop culture accepted presentation, then that's when we're going to be talking about the Michael Jacksons and the Madonnas of the world back in that time. I don't anticipate that opposites attract is going to be on the Mount Rushmores of a lot of people's music videos or whatever, but that's the beautiful thing about music. That's the cool thing about music videos is if it resonates with one person, it was worth the effort to put it into.
All right. You want to get to? Do you have a list in your head of videos to throw out there?
Honestly,
in a good mood, upbeat.
a lot of Shawn's
Yeah.
I fuck with. So.
I mean, like they're all good videos.
yeah.
Both lists, both sides. They picked phenomenal. Not necessarily my favorite artist or anything like that. But they're all good videos. Now, I was under the impression that it was metal videos, so that's what I made my list.
Yeah.
So one of them, and I actually think it's more of a 90s, now that I think about it.
Well, I mean,
But-
a lot of theirs was at least Jason's was.
No, Jason's was all 80s.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. They're honorable mentions. There was.
Oh, okay.
This one I think is more 90s, but I Don't Believe in Love by Queensryche.
Okay.
That album, Operation Mindcrime, was kind of like a whole storyline in and of itself. And there's no bad song on that one. And the video for it just kind of goes into the storyline. Super cool.
Yeah.
Now, I originally that that wasn't my number 5. Originally my number 5. So this will, I guess, be my one of my honorable mentions was All We Are by Warlock.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, them coming in when everything's frozen and down, not frozen, but, like, everything's still and no one's moving. And they put the amps on everything and the high five. Like, I can still picture every part of that video because Doro Pesh was a badass.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I liked her better than Lita Ford. But Lita Ford's still,
Yeah,
badass.
she still got it, too. Well, yeah, because, remember when Aubrey was really little?
Yeah, that's still on my kids' playlist. Like, when the kids are in the car with me, it's on their playlist.
I ended up playing All We Are for her a couple weeks ago, wanting to see if she would still remember. Oh, yeah, she sang every fucking word.
Yep.
Parenting done right, guys.
Done right.
Yeah. And she's only 9.
My number 4, which honestly, personally for me, it would be higher because I love it, but Hello from the Gutter by Overkill. Charlie, the little bat, flying through the gutter of this town, you're seeing like prostitutes and shit like that, like through the eyes of this little winged skeleton bat thing.
Right.
And I remember saying, "Oh, this will be a tattoo for me one day."
Still waiting, bitch.
Yeah, I don't have it, but
never say never.
I mean, it's a skull with wings, bat wings, no less. That was a cool video. The next one I have on my list is "Can I Play with Madness" by Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I love that one.
Iron Maiden had a lot of good videos. Most of them were like the concert stage video.
The Lazy Way.
But not all of them. And that was one that had a storyline to it. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah. But see, I like the concert versions because it's not rehearsed. It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's
real.
It's real. It's raw. Whereas, like, actual music videos, there's rehearsing, there's putting a set together, and it's better to put less work into something versus more work, because then it just
work
seems
smart,
like
not hard.
It just seems like there's, like, I don't know. I like the concert versions better.
Yeah. See, I did, but okay, like me, I would sit down every Saturday and watch Headbangers Ball.
Yeah.
I don't want to see, well, it started out, I think, 2 hours, and then they expanded it to 3. I don't want to sit and watch 3 hours of concert shots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wanted to see some with stories and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I like it like that too, where it's not all concerts, but I understand what their reasoning could have been for that.
And giving people like a little preview of what they've got going on when they are on stage.
Yeah, who they really are on stage and shit like that.
And that's what I tried to look for, was videos that had like a story to it. That wasn't just, of course, some of them did have, but I wanted like something with stories.
Yeah.
And
something, a video that actually coincides with the lyrics and what the song is about, and then the name of the song. Because sometimes the video and the name of the song what?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. I hate videos like that.
Yeah. The next one on my list is "I Could Have Been a Dreamer" by Dio, because I gotta have Dio somewhere on the list.
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere on the list. You gotta have Little Elf. That man was short. I met him. He was short as fuck. I was at North Middle School, so I don't know, it had to be 8th grade, I think, when me and Aunt Ronnie went to, I can't remember what it is right now, but it's right there on Bay Road, the little store. It's like, it's close to McDonald's. It used to be Rockarola. And I think it's a comic shop now.
Oh, you say the Potasserie or whatever?
No, not the Potasserie. Potasserie.
Fuck you!
No, it's a very small building.
Oh, what's that?
And, well...
What's that word that Mike is?
Nestle. I was going to say that.
It's better than what he thinks Nestle was. Nestle.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I think it is a comic because it was a T-shirt shop and
yeah, it's
been 100.
But yeah, I think it's a comic shop now. But
yeah.
Back then, different artists used to go to different stores and do like a quick meet and greet, autograph signing, and some of them would stay for hours. Some of them would only have a limited time before the show actually started, and this is when they played. Well, now it's the Dow Event Center, but then it was the Civic Center, Saginaw Civic Center. But they would go, it was either Rockarola or Heavy Metal Unlimited. I miss that store so much. Because I met Queensryche there, I met Great White there, I met...
You didn't tell me you got to meet them.
Yeah, I did. I did. I got to meet them. In fact, Jeff Tate from Queensryche, I was wearing like a leather vest over a blue jean jacket because that was the style back then, if you were a metalhead. And he actually offered me, I wasn't allowed to go to concerts yet. So I didn't have tickets to the concert, but he actually offered me backstage passes for my vest.
You should have taken them bitches.
I didn't have concert tickets, so what good were the backstage
but you
passes?
You could have kept them.
Whatever, I didn't do
they
it.
They would have had his DNA.
Shut up. So anywho, but we all met Dio, and Uncle Ha was there.
Okay.
With his friends, and they were at the front of the line because they didn't have to wait till they got out of school. We had to wait till we got out of school, and Grandpa Carl dropped us off there. And if you look at Uncle Ha, even to this day, and say, open the fucking door, he'll tell you what it's from. But yeah, I got to meet Dio. He's super short, and his videos were just so cool, always.
He always came off as somebody that would have been really short.
Mm-hmm. Your size. My size. Short. Yeah, but he was very short. And again, that was when I was in middle school. And number one on my list, again, not my favorite artist, but this video was pretty cool, is The Ultimate Sin by Ozzy Osbourne. That one, because it starts out like this girl, she's pretty, but very like, kind of like normal plain Jane, and at the end she's wearing like the tiger striped lycra pants and the long nails and the white eyes with light shooting out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her friends all like, that's her, because it's on a billboard. Some of my other honorable mentions, if we're going down going by our list. Let's see. I would have to say, I'm On to You by Hurricane.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. The Calling by Leatherwolf.
Yes.
I still love that song. I love that song. And I wasn't planning on any honorable mentions, so you guys just like threw me for a whole fucking loop there. And okay, for honorable mentions, I'm gonna go back into the 90s. And this, okay, so when I was in 10th grade, like when this all happened, they would have like morning blocks on MTV in the morning when I got up in the morning, and it was always like the same 8 fucking videos One of them was always Rush Rush by Paula Abdul. Always. And that was actually a cool video. I don't really know if the story to it had to do really with the lyrics of the song. And another one that was always played was Man in the Box by Alice in Chains.
Yes, Alice in Chains is my shit.
And that would probably round out my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 100 more.
Tool and Alice in Chains would have to be my honorable mentions for sure.
So yeah, that's, I mean, you know, and I think for me, because I didn't listen to this previously, their episode, I probably didn't pause enough to talk about each video, and for that I'm sorry. But it's because I didn't listen to it prior, and I didn't already have shit in my head to say about anything. But, yeah. I think I was more into listening to what they had to say than actually reacting, so for that I'm sorry.
I mean, some of them were like, you sure about that? But
I mean, if you watch any of the videos, like, I know Jason said he put those on his list for us to shit on them. But, and I wouldn't shit on the videos per se, the artist maybe.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm not really a Janet Jackson fan. And hate that song Money for Nothing. But the videos were good. You can't take that away.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put on my 80's hat and think of some videos that weren't necessarily on the heavy metal. I mean, again, overplayed song, but like Aha, Take On Me, that video was quite different for the time.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more. But yeah, so that's what we have for our reaction.
There's a lot of good stuff though.
Yeah.
Especially on Shawn's list for sure.
Ooh. We have a favorite?
The list in itself, Shawn's is 100% my favorite. I agree with every single fucking one on that list.
Yeah, it's a very good list. They're like I said, they're both good lists video-wise.
Yeah. Well, I'm going by also songs too. Like Shawn's list, top notch.
I know there was another one when they were talking that made me think of another video. And do you think I can remember it now? Nope.
You'll remember it later when...
Yeah, when we're not recording, I'll be like, fuck!
That's what it is.
Because as soon as we're done here, I'm sending this right off to Jason so he can get it uploaded. But yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah.
Is there any one video
that stood out to me?
Yeah. And also, because Shawn did bring up Round and Round by Rat, and that's from the album Out of the Cellar. And do you want to know who the cover model from Out of the Cellar was?
Who?
Tawny Katane. You're welcome for that
tidbit.
Yep. I have so much useless fucking trivia from 80's music. A lot of useless trivia, and that's one of them that I'll share. All right, so I'm going to end this so I can do research so we can record again later.
Yep.
So,
holla.